Hello, my name is Brave Eldad, founder of Brave Eldad Speaking, Training, and Coaching. Ever wonder why some people seem to move forward in their careers while you seem stuck? Why no one seems to think your great idea will work? Does it seem like no one's listening to what you say? Maybe they're not, because you're not connecting when you communicate. Connecting is the ability to identify with people and relate to them in a way that increases your influence with them, says leadership expert John Maxwell. The ability to connect and communicate with others is a major determining factor in reaching your potential. Let's face it, to be successful, we must work with people. To do that at our absolute best, we must learn to connect. I've got a master class that will increase your ability to connect more effectively with your team when you communicate. And it's based on John Maxwell's book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. And it's going to help you specifically with how to use 5 principles and 5 practices to take that quantum leap in connecting with others. I'm starting 3 of these classes in the month of March. They're going to last for 4 weeks. It's going to be, each of them is going to be 1 day per week for about an hour. And it's going to run through the whole month of March. And the whole class is going to be for just a small cost of $137. When you think about that, that's a little less than about $35 per session, which is less than a college course. Let's face it, college is getting expensive. But this is going to be far more effective. Okay. But on top of that, we're going to get you into a private Facebook group as well. You ever have one of those problems with your team, or you may be having a problem with your team now where they're not quite together and gelling the way you know that they can, and you can't quite put your finger on it, and maybe you can't quite figure out how to go about fixing the problem, or you have some ideas that you think will work, but you want to run them by somebody but don't have anyone to do that. That's where this Facebook group comes in. You'll be able to bounce ideas off of like people like yourselves that are probably having similar problems. And you'll be able to bounce ideas off them, they'll be able to bounce ideas off you, or they'll be able to give you some ideas that you could use to help you in resolving some of the issues you may be having or may have had in the past. Okay, you also, on top of that, are going to get a workbook. Now, we'll get through a lot of this workbook during the class, but let's think about it. 6 months from now, you're probably not going to remember a lot of what you learned here, but at least you'll have that workbook as a reference, and you'll be able, when your team's going through tough spots, to pick that book up and actually look at those principles and practices and be able to re-implement them to help get your team back on track. And finally, we're going to also have a monthly newsletter for the next 12 months that will keep you abreast of some of the most effective ways that the industry is using to communicate today. And then finally, for your personal growth, we're going to have the book from one of the scholars, an ebook, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And that's also going to be available to you, all for the low cost of $137. So let's recap. You're getting this master communications class that will last over 4 weeks. You're going to get a private Facebook group that you can bounce ideas off of and draw some ideas from to help you grow your company. You're going to get a monthly newsletter with some of the best practices in the industry. And then, for your own personal growth, we're going to have the book As a Man Thinketh ebook for you as well. And to top it off, we're going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. All for the low cost of $137. That's very discounted because I added up the cost of all this, and the actual value of this is about $242. So you're getting for $137. That's a discounted price of 56% off. But wait a minute. If you act now within the next 72 hours, I'm going to even make a better deal for you. I'm going to cut the price back down to $99.99, and you're going to get all those other benefits that we talked about as well. All for the small cost of $19.99, which then, if you look at the cost per session, is a little less than $24 per session, which is a 40% discount for the $242 worth of value that you're getting. But wait a minute. A lot of times, when you think about something like this, I'm sure your mind is thinking of some friends that, some managers that you would love to bring along with you. Well, if you sign them up during this period of time as well, the 72-hour period, we will also allow 2 of them for the same cost of $99.99. And they get all those same benefits that you get as well. That is the master class, the private Facebook work group, the workbook, the monthly newsletter, and for their own personal growth, they get their own personal copy of the ebook, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Great deal. So, like I said, these classes will be in the month of March. I'll be starting one on a Tuesday, and that one will start at 8 p.m. and it'll last about an hour. Then I'll have another class beginning on that Wednesday, and that one will be at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it will last about an hour. And then I will be having a class on Thursday, if you want to actually be a part of that class, and that class will begin at 7 p.m. and last about an hour. And then each of these classes will go for 4 weeks, like I had mentioned. So once you sign up, just send me an email letting me know which class you want to be in. Now there's limited seating. It's going to be a virtual class. They only have room in order for it to be effective for about 15 people. So once one class fills up, I'll let you know, and you may have to choose a different one. It's been a pleasure spending time with you, and I look forward to you being in one of my classes. Thanks.